Hey there, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. My name is Raven, and today we are going to go to the Botanical Gardens for the holiday light display for the first time. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed and had some pretty severe nightmares, and I woke up with some pretty strong anxiety. It had really thrown off my sleep schedule and left me pretty exhausted, but I wanted to try and enjoy the night because I'd been looking forward to it all weekend. I tried to get orientated by sticking to my normal routine steps, even though it was a lot later than I would normally do those steps. And most of the time when I sleep in this late, I feel like I'm supposed to skip where everyone else is in their day. So I made sure to have my normal breakfast, shower, and then listen to some music while I was doing my makeup. Today was really hard, and it was hard to get that on video, and something that at the time I felt like I needed to hide. It was my parents' birthday, who I'm in no contact with. I didn't realize how much it would affect me because it doesn't affect me the same way every year, but today I spilled cereal on the rug from how hard I was shaking. And while I wasn't hard on myself about it, I physically flinched like I was waiting for someone else to enter the room and be unkind. And I ended up spilling more cereal from flinching. By the time my husband got home from work, I was starting to spiral a little bit. I wanted to be happy and enjoy getting to go out and do festive activities with my favorite person and thoroughly be in the moment. But I also wanted to give my anxiety space to work through its cycle. And it's one of the many complex parts of recovering from trauma and healing. Sometimes you have these huge emotions that you want to give space to, but they can't take up the same amount of space at the same time. And you don't always have the option of choosing between them because sometimes they choose. I think for the holidays especially, it causes a lot of feelings for a lot of people. For me, it's another year of mourning people who are still alive and wanting to create traditions with chosen family and fighting the instinctive fear that my existence is a burden. I don't have any solid answer for how any of this is supposed to go, but I wanted to at least talk about it. I know I could have and maybe should have left this as a really happy video of pretty lights, but I know that when we talk about the experiences we feel alone in, the other people who feel alone in their experiences feel a little less alone, even if it's just for a few minutes. In the dark of winter, we come together to help each other get through it and to share the warmth. We found out when Zach bought the tickets online that day that we were going out on Snow Queen night, which meant so was every other Elsa-crazed toddler in the Memphis area. I haven't been to a light display in several years. I think it was before the pandemic, so I was really excited either way, and honestly, the kids were not bad. Sometimes crowded places like that, I was expecting a lot more meltdowns, basically. The first thing we did when we got into the gardens was start looking for a vendor with hot chocolate. The vendors were set up with really cute stands. There were only 3 vendors, I think, and they had really cute stands and trailers, and we were able to get a hot chocolate, an apple cider, and some mini chocolate chip cookies. They kind of reminded me of Cookie Crisp. The main displays were in the area with all of the kids' playground space, which makes a lot of sense for Snow Queen Night, and is also one of my favorite spots to walk through in the spring and summer because they have a lot of really cool Alice in Wonderland stuff, and there's also a dragon, so even if I can't play on the playground equipment, it's still a lot of fun, and they're really pretty to look at. And here you see the rare pair of introverts in their natural habitat, staying away from all of the crowds and the warmth from the fires to relax and de-escalate their nervous systems until they get too cold from sitting still and need to walk again. So I don't know if I can get in trouble for saying this, but we accidentally walked into an area that we weren't supposed to. It wasn't blocked off, and the purple lights from the parking lot were coming through the branches and looked like they were more light displays up further on the path. So we didn't realize we weren't supposed to walk in that area until we looped back around to the other side of the baby cult zone. And there was a blockade on that side asking people to not go further. It probably would have been a great makeout spot. We walked around the gardens about 1.5 times, and we still ended up leaving before 7 p.m. So it didn't take very long to walk through, and we decided to go and peruse through Barnes & Noble on the way home. I didn't get anything, but I found several things that I want to go back for when I have spending money. I found some YA books that I was hoping they would have, and they had all of them, which is always a shock. And they had a lot of really good crafting books. They've upped their inventory on craft book. They had several that I thought were really interesting. But between new glasses and new camera, I'm feeling a little more argumentative with my spreadsheets lately. There's something about books that really soothe my inner demons and sparks the interest of my inner goblins. Our last stop before home was to pick up a few groceries. The Buns needed some greens for their breakfast salad, I needed some grape nuts for my breakfast, and I wanted to make some red velvet cupcakes later in the week. So did everyone else, so instead I made spice cake cupcakes, which is also quite tasty. The gremlins were not pleased with us for leaving the house and abandoning them. Even puzzles didn't really help to appease them. I attempted to play Sims, but for some reason, every time I go into build mode, my game crashes if I try to place a wall. So I did not play Sims, and I ended up just brooding over it while watching Gilmore Girls and crocheting a little bit. Considering how late I had woken up, I was very much looking forward to getting into bed a little bit earlier than usual and getting my makeup off. My skin has been so dry this winter, and wearing foundation just didn't feel good on top of the dry skin. Zach fell asleep on the couch, so I did the evening shutdown alone, which I don't think Mayhem really likes. I think she very much expects him to be the one to give her her hay. I give blueberries, Dad gives hay. One of the most random things that I have started associating with elegance is a nighttime hand cream, especially Nivea after watching Call the Midwife. So I really like putting this on before bed and settling in with my book for a chapter or two, and then putting on Great British Bake Off and going to sleep. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season with your loved ones, or that next year will be better. Hit subscribe if you would like more content in the future, and I will see you next week in another vlog. Bye.